Hello, Internet. There is this is a video I need to make, and it's because I got a couple of buddies out here on the internet going through a pretty rough spot in life. One of them actually referred to their life as being in a dark place. Um, there are many things that I need to say about it, that I feel compelled to say about it, but part of this situation is that I feel the need to be careful. I feel like I'm walking on eggshells because you don't want to say the wrong thing and make your friend feel worse. But then again, the knowledge that I need to do so and me sharing that I need to be like that to those people could possibly make the situation worse anyway. So you can't not walk around eggshells around this. So here's the bottom line in my new life's philosophy about the types of people there are in the world. I used to think there were many different types of people: upper class, middle class, lower class, foreigners, winners, losers, users, parasites, bullies. But I think recently, as I was running the tractor and planting crops and mowing mowing the ranch this last weekend, it's a good time to put yourself to put your thoughts together when you got a diesel engine in front of you screaming at 2,500 RPM and soil being tilled up behind you. There's really not much for you to do but to align the different thoughts that you have and the different ideas that are floating around in your mind. And I came up with something, and I'll be more than happy to share it with you if you think you can handle it. I believe that the types of people in this world boil down to ultimately two kinds, and that is winners and losers. But how do you identify that? Such as my friend who's going through a dark place, who got the biggest punch in the nuts that I can imagine, definitely a top five kick in the nuts. Does a setback or a failure or or a or a loss of a relationship mean that a person is a loser? No, it does not. What makes a person a loser is actually at the end of the race, when they're finally at the point of, oh, this is it, this is done, I've lost. In my opinion, the loser isn't the person who crosses the finish line, regardless of what place they've come in. A loser sees that they haven't made top five in that race, so they don't even finish the race. They don't even bother to cross the line. A winner can be in fifth place and running just as hard as they fucking can as they get across that line. Every step, it's as hard as they can. And they set the measure of their success. They look at who won that race, and they look at their lives, and they look at that person's lives. And then they look at the race itself, and they say, wow, what did the person that come in first place do? Do they diet different than me? Do they exercise harder than me? Do they have different genetics than me? How can I accomplish the task that that person who came in first place accomplished? That guy's still a winner, and he came in sixth place. Maybe even came in last place. Success. The definition of success is accomplishing a worthy task that you have set about to accomplish. The definition of failure is being unable to accomplish a task that you have set out to accomplish. Success isn't always just up to us, and failure isn't always just up to us. Being a winner and success tend to go hand in hand, and I'll tell you why. Because the winner is that guy that or that gal. Listen to me sounding like a chauvinist. The reason why I'm sounding like a fucking chauvinist is because the people I'm thinking of happen to be male. The reason why a winner finds success is because when they do encounter failure, they examine the people who won and they change their lives, or they adjust what's going on so that they can accomplish the task that they see another person accomplish. They don't pine for it. They don't think, oh, gee whiz, I wish I could win because that other person makes it look so easy. That guy that won that race makes it look easy because they're spending 6 hours in the gym. They're eating right 3 months before the season starts. They're running all year long, if we're talking track and field here. But excuse the metaphor, but that's the best example I can come up with. And it equates to everything around. But success doesn't always have to do with you. You can have people who, regardless of how hard you plan, regardless of everything you do right to try to do the things that someone else has done to achieve the goal that you've set upon achieving, somebody gets in there and they have the ability, or you give them permission to change the equation, and success is taken away from you. Same goes for failure. You can have everything set about. You take your eyes off of it for one moment, and because there's other people involved, because there's other people that have access to your equation for success, you end up failing. And it happens in relationships quite a bit because we're linked. The nice thing about being a winner, in my opinion, is that it gives you a sense of identity. You know how you will respond to a situation. You know what to do. You establish a formula in your mind of how you're going to conduct your life, and you just plug into the formula A plus B equals C. And if C equals success, and you know what B is, then for point A, you just need to adjust point A. But I think it's critical to establish that equation firmly, or you get tossed about pretty hard. Now, as it relates to depression, or how you allow access of your heart and your vulnerabilities to other people, that can be extremely difficult to overcome. But that brings us back to establishing that equation, establishing your own personal moral compass. Not moral compass like the hour of power and Jim Baker and morality and the drug across the coals Christian sense. I'm talking about your personal morals. What it is that defines your foundation. And if you don't have a foundation right now, you need to fucking pour one. Because there are so many things that happen. And everybody knows that. Everybody knows this. Things happen. Things happen beyond your control. And they happen to everybody beyond their control. And the differences between winning and losing is how you respond to those circumstances. Motivation is great. Motivation is great when it happens in autopilot, but even forced motivation is still motivation. If you continue to move forward, and if you continue to work your equation for success, you continue to set your goals and adjust your goals and really concentrate on the equation, not whether or not you accomplish the goal, but make sure that equation is established firmly and just keep moving forward. That's really all I can share with you. And if there was an easy way that I could flip a switch for you and have it happen, I would do it. But unfortunately, this is something that I struggle with myself. This is something that every morning I wake up and I work to reestablish it, and I make sure that it's right. And whenever I am depressed or down in the dumps, I recognize my vulnerability and I work hard to reestablish that compass. But you have to be honest with yourself. And you have to be honest with the people around you. I would say good luck, but luck isn't a factor. This is a matter of work and confidence. And it's easy to develop a confidence problem when you've had some setbacks. But setbacks don't have to be what defines you. Setbacks could be your key to success. As a video that was shared with me recently, success is even handier than failure for a winner. Because think about it. If you have a circumstance where you just do great and everything's fine, you don't look back and analyze it and find out, okay, what could I have done differently? What could I have changed? But a failure, a winner's going to examine their failure, and the things that they have the ability to change, they will. And the things that are outside of their control, that little factor that they'd allowed access to another person, if that's another person, then you got to find a place where you can't let that be something that you dwell on. You have to change the things that you can change. And if that other person is a variable, like if you're trying to establish your equation, your A plus B equals C, and your factor B, the other person is factor A, and you're trying to equal C, but their A in the equation is moving all around, and you just got to be honest with it. You got to look at it for what it is. And it isn't about feeling sorry for yourself, because that won't help it. Hope this helps anybody. I know speaking it and making a video that I myself will look back on from time to time will help me. And I appreciate you guys listening, and I also appreciated this opportunity for us both to learn together. All right, we'll see y'all later. Get out there and kick some ass, will you?